Hey guys, if you are new, welcome. I upload every Tuesday and Friday. Please subscribe if you haven't already and ding that bell, that way you are notified for my future videos. I typically have a time that I will be posting, but right now I'm trying to figure out what time that's going to be at, whether it be at 6 a.m., around 2 or 3 p.m., or 6 p.m. So comment down below what time you would rather see these videos go up. That way it'll help me figure out what times work best for you guys to see my videos. Today I'm going to be doing a full face fall makeup tutorial using all drugstore products. So if you're interested in watching this video, then just keep watching. For primer, I'm going to be using the Nivea Men's Post Shave Balm. I always use this stuff. I really love it and it's super cheap. For foundation, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. I'm in the shade Desert Beige right now. Dang it, I typically don't put my foundation on first, but for some reason I saw the foundation, I was like, okay, I'll do that first. But we'll roll with it. I've already got it all over my face. Foundation's a little bit dark because my tan is fading away, but we'll make it work. For concealer, I am going to be using the LA Girl Pro Concealer. This is a high definition concealer and I am in the shade Medium Beige, or at least I think I'm in the shade Medium Beige because this is the first time that I am using this, so let's see how this works. A little orange. Not a huge fan of this applicator. I really like the doe foot applicators much better than these bristle applicators. Good match. To set this, I'm going to be using the NYX HD Studio Photogenic finishing powder. Man, I am just way out of it today. I'm going to use this little Morphe bronzer brush that came in a set, but it is like a tiny little brush. And to set the rest of my face, I am going to be using just a powder brush. Same powder. For eyeshadow primer, I'm going to be using the NYX HD eyeshadow base. And using the same NYX setting powder, I'm going to just set my eyes. For my brows, I'm going to use the NYX 3-in-1 brow pencil in the shade Brunette. Those are quite the brows. For eyeshadow, I got this eyeshadow palette by Sleek in the palette shade Beautiful Sin. It looked like a good palette for the fall. There we go. I have never used any of Sleek's stuff, so I'm actually pretty excited to try this. So it looks like there's 3 matte shades. That should work fairly well. I'm going to use this shade right here. They don't have names, I don't think. I'm just using a Real Techniques 203 brush, and this is basically just a blending brush. And I'm putting that right in the crease as my transition shade. And I'm kind of keeping this closer onto my brow bone rather than onto my eyelid. Next, I'm going to take my NYX Highlight and Contour palette because this palette doesn't actually have enough blending colors, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go in with this warmer brown, again with just a little blending brush, and I'm going to use that on the outer corners of my eye. Sweeping this up into my brow bone a little bit just so that it transitions well, maybe about halfway on my brow bone. Next, I'm going to take this Milani Bella Eyes Gel Powder Eyeshadow, and this is in Bella Copper. I'm going to take a concealer brush. So it's just a little flat synthetic brush. Dip it into the eyeshadow, and I'm going to spray this. I know this isn't drugstore, but I completely forgot to pick up a little setting mist thing from there, so I'm just going to use this Tarte. But you can use eye drops or just a little bit of water. Spritz it onto the brush. This is going to make the pigmentation a lot more intense on the eyes, and place that right onto my eyelid. Look how intense that got with just a little bit of a setting powder on top. It really intensifies the eyeshadow. Next, I'm going to take this darker shade from the NYX Contour and Highlight palette using a small little detailed blending brush. This is Vasanti Contour Eyeshadow 4, and I'm going to take the dark shade and I'm going to use that on the outer corners of my eye. Bring it up into the crease just a little bit. And go back into the lighter shade with the same brush just to warm it up a little bit. I completely wiped my brush, so I am going to take this lighter brown color of the palette and sweep that a little bit through the crease of my eyes. That way this shade and my crease are a little more blended. I'm just doing a little bit just to blend it together a little bit more. Next, with my finger, I am going to go in with this shade with my finger and just put that over the center of my eye just for a little more dimension. For my lower lash line, again, just a little Vasanti brush, and then back into the palette using the matte brown. And I'm going to sweep that under my lower lash line halfway. And there we go, that's pretty much all I'm going to do with my eyes. For eyeliner, I am going to be using the NYX retractable eyeliner in brown. I'm going to be putting that on my tight line. Next, I'm going to curl my lashes and then put on the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. This is waterproof as always. I'm going to do that quickly off camera because my camera is going to die very soon. For bronzer, I am going to be using the light shade again. This is going to be a bronzer slash contour because I'm not super huge on contour. I am using a Morphe bronzer brush. This is from, or maybe it's a contour brush, I don't remember, but this is from their copper set. And under my jawline for definition. For highlight, I'm actually going to use two highlighters. The first one is going to be this highlight shade in the Highlight and Contour NYX palette. This is the Morphe R12 brush. Put that on the tops of my cheekbones, a little bit on the side of my temples, down the bridge of my nose, and on the tip of my nose, a little bit on the forehead, and on the cupid's bow. Next, I'm going to also use the Essence Be My Highlight. This is the number 10, so I'm just going to put that all over the same spots. And on my chin a little bit. There we go. Now I'm highlighted. I'm also going to take a little pencil brush. This is the Crown C513 brush, and going back into the same color in the Sleek palette, the slightly golden eyeshadow, and put that on the inner corners of my eyes. Also going to use that on my brow bone, at the highest point of my brow bone. For blush, I'm going to be using the Milani Rose Powder Blush in Romantic Rose #1, and using the Morphe Angled Blush Brush from the Copper line again. I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible Paints Mattes. This is in the shade Cinnabomb, so like Cinnabon or Cinnabon, but Cinnabomb. And this is like a vampy red, right up my alley kind of lip product for fall. I have not used these yet, and I have a feeling today my lips are a little dry for this. Oh boy. Whoa. I did not expect it to be this dark. This look actually came out to be a lot darker than I was expecting it to be, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is the final look. That completes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed my full face fall makeup tutorial using all drugstore makeup. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and remember to ding that bell, that way you are notified for future videos. Bye guys!